Hey guys, welcome to the Not Heard Enough podcast. As you know, if you are looking for the mainstream, here's your chance to press the next button. Here we pay attention to the underappreciated, the people who are doing a lot of stuff but don't really get a lot of airtime, and just people generally doing brilliant things across the internet. We also try to lay some emphasis on things that people should really know, some sensitive things that we think that people really should hear more of, which is why we're called the Not Heard Enough podcast. On today's episode, we have a very, very special guest. I'm calling him special because he's going to be a very familiar face. You'll see him from time to time. He's bang on one of the biggest people we've been looking forward to get on the show. So yeah, I'm really happy to bring him on board. Before we go on,
biggest is
I'm just going to do a quick introduction. My name is Genesis and
I'm Zena.
So as you're about to see, we have AK here with us. AK, do you want to give us a small run through of how your weekend went? How's it going?
Hi guys, my name is AK. Genesis said I'm a big guest on this place. Why? Because I always beat him on FIFA, so he really kind of respects me a lot. No, we have the records.
It's not allowed.
Don't forget, there's records. We can just open FIFA and just check.
Nice one.
Nosa also knows, but Nosa actually gave me more work than now. We drew like 3 games, but I beat you like once. We played just 4 times now. You remember? But anyways, that's me though. I've literally messed with both of them. I didn't know what to say anymore. Anyways, my weekend was good. Shout out to me. It was my birthday.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm old enough.
Nice one.
That's not an answer.
Nice one. Just now in the talk FIFA up and down.
That's not an answer.
That's not an answer.
No, but okay.
Let's do this. Higher or lower?
Sorry?
Higher or lower? If I say the number, you tell me if it's higher or lower.
But you can only try once. Because if you
once?
keep if you keep trying,
sure.
you're going to guess it.
I have to make it very good. Higher or lower?
Bro.
29.
You're joking.
Nice one.
Higher, definitely. But that's it.
All right,
No
so
more.
that's it. Yeah. Do
Do you want to try?
No, it's fine.
I think you already know Sharp, but it's all good.
It's fine. And I'll let you escape this one. The things I have for you, Loki, is coming.
Yeah,
so
calm down now.
No, you were running through your weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it was a whole lot. I had a couple of things going on, so I wasn't really celebratory like that. So I just decided a very chilled day. It wasn't so much, but it was something I looked forward to. I've been looking forward to my birthday until stuff. And but I've been a year older since the year started. I didn't do much, just pretty much work.
Quick one.
Shout out to Arsenal. I'm a huge Arsenal fan. Arsenal won 4-1, the one lead. So that's what's up. We are winning the title. I'm just saying yes, we are winning the league this year, 2023.
If they did not win the league, don't worry. Anyways,
everyone
has
here.
Out.
So yeah, I enjoyed playing. I enjoyed watching the game. I was thinking of going to London to get the jersey just before the season runs out, but it's sold out. I've checked the internet.
Did you check Chinedu shop?
Did you check Chinedu shop?
You always have
Chinedu. I know it's good to support Chinedu's business, but Arsenal won't get the money from Chinedu.
I mean, it's not the jersey that matters.
The jersey that matters now.
No, it's not. The credibility of it also matters.
Well,
but yeah, that's pretty much my week.
What were you up to?
Don't be asking me this question. You know I'm not up to anything. I mean, I watch my own team lose.
You watch what?
My own team.
What's your team?
We are top of the table.
Top of which table?
The bottom half.
Who is
bottom half.
Wait,
Top of the
which
bottom
team
half.
do you support?
I do not know.
Top of the bottom half.
Wait,
Chelsea. Shout out to Chelsea fans. Top of the bottom half of the table.
It was funny because I was talking to somebody yesterday and they were like, why is it that people who support Arsenal are fine boys? And the next thing the person said is, why is it that people who support Chelsea
where is this talk going from?
And I'm sorry.
Where?
I should actually say this. I mean, it's pretty popular opinion that Chelsea fans look pretty violent. Let me just say violent at the risk of using a better word. they break things when they lose.
Bruh.
They don't take losing. So, like Nosa is huffing and puffing already.
Like MLFA.
I'm sorry, I love Chelsea, but yeah.
No, it's fine. And I think there's some truth to what you said.
Yeah, well, thank you.
There is.
That you're not fine.
That's not what he said.
What else did you say?
He said that we don't take losing lightly.
Yeah, but that was like the third thing.
You know, Sabi English.
You sure don't take losing very well. We used to take it to heart too much.
Okay.
You know.
But you've been losing for a while now, so
Like
there should be some
consistently should have been
adaptation.
I mean, Aston Villa.
What do you think?
At home?
No comment.
No comments. All right, I think my weekend was pretty much busy. Like, I think the first weekend of the month we usually go shopping. It's usually like an entire experience. We shop across 3 different places, so it's always a lot. Like, we go to the first place, we come back.
Money.
There's no money. You can buy 5 naira thing. 5 naira thing.
But bro, you're not spending naira. Stop it now.
£5.
Why are you whining the viewers?
£5, £5,
Thank
£5.
you.
But the point is, it's usually a very busy day. So I haven't had time to rest. It's been just back to back to back. Hopefully, the week will be slightly favorable. There won't be a lot of work, even though that's almost like
It's Easter week now, so
yeah, Easter week. Wait, 4 days in this
in
week.
this week, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
for me, I actually have to do 5 days. actually.
You don't
Money-
believe in God
money
now,
is-
obviously.
Sorry,
You don't believe in God now.
me?
Yes, no.
I'm a lover of the Lord.
You
bro.
don't be like, because if you're a lover of the Lord, Good Friday you will do it.
Exactly.
No. So Good Friday is the holiday
But that's
for everybody, right?
I don't know when they knock Jesus kneel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
that's the day that he
person
collect.
holiday.
Day was called collect what?
He collect for cross.
Yeah, I think
It was Good Friday now. Yeah. And
Why
then-
is it called Good Friday?
because it was actually
Was a bad day now,
It was
yeah.
a terror.
What's
No, but
terrible
it
Friday?
was good because it was at that moment that he fulfilled what God had.
Are you
it was
sure
not at the
this
mo-
thing? I don't
no,
trust
it was
it.
not
Boss
at the
my
moment.
God.
Which end?
Baba never said
Can
anything.
anybody
Like, say
fact
not
check
talk-
this thing?
That
Was
was-
it
Go and fact
it's
check-
good
fact check from God.
It's good because God did something good for us.
No, like the whole point of Jesus. This is not. Is it? But
Keep
I'll
going.
go in.
Not
the,
heard
whole, the whole point of Easter, or the whole point of Jesus coming to earth was that God had seen that sin plenty. So it's like, okay, let me bring my son, John 3:16, right, to take away all these sins. So it was good for us because we gained a new type of relationship with God.
So
Do
the
you understand?
benefit is
And
for
that
us.
is for us,
So the
not
good
for
is
Jesus,
ours.
clearly, because Jesus said that God should carry it from his body. He didn't want it. You understand? In that prayer, dear Lord, if this one don't
Jesus
go
said,
back. No, not that time.
No, that was
Not
the-
that time. That was when
on
he was on the
I
cross.
already said I don't know
But
anything.
before the actual crucifixion, he prayed and he said, "Dear God, if it be your will, let this cup pass over me."
Is that not what Eli?
No, so Eli was on the cross when
He was. They don't spread.
So this was before they came to capture him. I think this was when he was
He went to
praying.
pray.
Oh, okay.
That night that he told the what do
three
you call them?
disciples.
The 3K.
Yes, no. After after all of them followed him to the place, he now took Peter, James, and John and went further.
Okay, yeah, he went to
Okay,
that place.
It's
to
not
pray.
by Eringo. Man, I know Eringo and I don't know the place. You guys, people they
That's
So yeah, I think that's
the whole
where
point
the
of Good Friday.
spinning off of the good comes about
Yeah.
Friday.
That's why it's good. No.
yeah.
So then what happens on Monday though?
Exactly.
Celebration.
That's Resurrection Monday. I know that one.
Yeah, but
Jesus resurrected
But
on
resurrect-
Sunday.
Exactly.
We now celebrate.
Monday
on
is the
Monday.
like is the
Okay, so we're celebrating it on
Oh,
Monday, not on
Monday.
Sunday.
No, Easter Monday is the day he actually resurrected.
Yes,
3
no.
days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Exactly.
So Sunday is the day that he resurrected
This
from
guy
the cross.
Yes, now.
And now, so you said Monday is the day of the resurrection,
No,
but you also said
Sunday is the day of the resurrection.
Monday is the celebration.
Monday is the celebration.
It's
That's
the
why they
day
put
of-
why did you not
rice.
celebrate the day he came out?
Because he just came out. He will not go and
He
change.
came out in the night now. He came out in the night, Sunday night.
Who said he
It's
came out in the
morning,
night? It
like-
was in the morning, bro. Which Bible have you been
Are
reading?
you really sure? Monday is the Odun. It's the day we are
Monday is your doom, but
Gee.
Sunday morning.
It's like
Gee,
Muslim thing now.
stop. Don't you remember
How
that
is it
Peter
like Muslim
and was it not Peter and John that
How
were
is it
running?
they don't do the-
They were running to the tomb.
Yes, now that
It
got
wasn't the
him
night
flash.
they were running. Yeah.
Eh.
You know that there was someone that ran so fast.
Guy says it's night.
Barry Allen.
Better was saying both.
Well, we shall celebrate Easter. That's the cuckoo.
Yeah,
We are
exactly.
thankful for the gift of, salvation, forgiveness of
we are.
sins, resurrection.
Thank you,
God.
Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus. I think we'll just go straight into the topic of the day.
Yeah, let's go.
AK, are you ready?
I'm ready. You actually have bad
You
plans
guys,
for me.
you guys.
So I
when we
don't
say
know.
it's unscripted, AK has no idea what we're going to talk about
Hey,
today.
God.
We just know that it's something that we think should be heard enough,
Yeah,
right?
pretty much,
And we're
yeah.
just going to go for it. So,
Fingers crossed.
our topic today is phobias, right? Is there plural of phobia? Just before we move. Is it phobias if it's multiple, or is phobia? If you don't know, just admit.
I can try and test.
There's no trial and error here. If you don't know,
No,
just
well,
stay in my back.
No,
Like,
you
don't
know,
to-
when you're learning something, it's how they say that the best way to learn something is to say the wrong answer, and someone will correct you.
So
That's the best way to learn.
No, that's the best way to. Like, if you go on Google, for example, I read it somewhere. I think I read it somewhere in Reddit, and someone says that if you really want to if you want people to really give you the right answer, it's not to go on Google or go to a platform and say, "Hey guys, what's the website of NSCDC?"
Just say the wrong
right?
thing and someone would
Someone
correct
just
you.
if you go there and say the website of NSCDC is NSCDC dot, and you stop there, somebody will now come and say dot what? It's dot com. It's
And then
dot
they
com.
come
You don't
and-
know anything, so
Yeah,
you already
that's
get
how
the
you get
idea. You
to-
get the right answer. So that's what I'm saying. So the singular of phobia is phobium.
Like, I was just waiting for him to say something.
This
Because
guy,
I was
you
just
have-
saying, you said all of this just
have-
to say this.
You
Bruh,
have you
come on.
have no proof that that's wrong, and I start googling it.
they Google am.
Google it.
Meanwhile, do you have another take? Before I pull this thing out,
Oh,
'cause
well, I think there's an S there. I think there's
Phobia,
an S there.
plural.
So phobia.
yes, now plural phobias. I was correct.
Yep.
Yeah, the one I
So,
think.
Well, at least
bro, where did you
I
get
helped.
your
I helped everyone. We know what the right thing is now.
Yeah, his theory works. You say
Exactly.
the wrong thing, you get.
Exactly. So
But I mean,
impressive.
did he need to say the wrong thing? All he could have said is, I don't know it.
But I had an idea. I
No,
mean,
no, no, I
if,
mean,
if you want to follow the principle of English language, most of the words that have IUM, their plurals are IE.
Trust me, there are no principles about that because there are tons of things in English language that does not make sense.
Sorry,
Why
Osh.
is read and read the same
Shoyinka.
spelling? Have you thought about that?
Why is who?
Read and read the same spelling.
Yes, now the guy
So
that
what,
did it was
what
lazy.
principle did they follow to do?
It was lazy. No.
Oh, he did not know. How.
So that's lazy principle.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's language. People just said the things that made sense to them at the point and just accepted it. And then over a long period of time, it became standard. And then people started studying the gibberish that their ancestors started saying. That's pretty much what I think.
I will that to English students. They say you are studying gibberish. Amy.
Like
No, now,
Huh?
can you...
4 years in school.
Just now study.
Okay, let me ask you a question. The people that first started speaking English, did they go to school to learn it?
Obviously not English.
So
people
that means
speak English.
whoever created the curriculum...
English started from Toa Babena.
Yeah, like God just.
Pretty
God
much.
just dropped it. Pam.
Did you get?
And then-
So now
I might-
that's what I'm saying. So if you say people go to school to study English language, those people that came up with that curriculum for that language itself, they are not exactly the originals. They extracted derivatives from the original people or things that have been passed over and
Oh,
over
like them
for
Klaus.
generations, like them Klaus.
Unfortunately, on this subject matter, I have not.
I stand
enough
to be
information.
corrected, bro. I'm not an English
So if
major.
you don't agree with AK,
but,
please let us know
it's
in
a
the
thought,
comments.
it's a thought-provoking line of
We'll go right into
so
it.
phobias. Yeah.
AK, what are phobias?
Why are you
or
putting
what
on-
is what?
Why you put you on the spotlight?
Yeah,
What if you don't know it?
You're wrong this time.
It's okay.
What's the meaning of phobia?
Phobia is pretty much loosely translated to fear. That's as good. That's the 6-year-old
Why are you looking at me?
definition
Like,
to
for
it.
validation.
Do you agree?
Phobia.
I,
yeah.
I don't know if it's loosely, but
So
I
fear
guess.
of something, it means you have a phobia for that thing.
Okay, I think I agree with that. That's what I've always known.
Yeah.
No, but I don't think that's where it ends. I think I could be afraid of armed robbers, but I don't have a phobia for armed robbers.
Have you seen armed robbers before?
Like their face.
I don't whether their face, their backside, their front side. I wanted to say something else, but you can't see. We're recording too.
No, but my point is, even though I've not seen it, I'm Job as, okay, let me something else. I may be afraid of something bad happening to me, right? Whatever that specific thing is. But I do not have a phobia for it.
No, you just literally defined the phobia.
Yeah, but I get where it's coming from. So
But like,
sorry.
I'm afraid of, I'm washing plate and my plate fall down and break. I don't want it to happen. I'm afraid that if it happens, oh my God, I will jump up. My mom will kill me, right? Doesn't mean that when I sit down here and I think of plates breaking, it affects me.
So can we say, okay,
Very-
so I
very
think
spot on
I'm
angle,
getting his train of thought. So can we say phobia is pretty much fear, but fear is not necessarily phobias?
Give me a minute.
Okay, take your time, bro.
Me, I need 5 minutes. my own is slightly longer.
So phobia can be in fear, but fear is bigger than
So
just
so
phobia.
all phobias are fears, but not all fears are phobias. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Pretty much makes
I knew that 1 minute that I took was going to come in handy.
It came in handy.
But
right?
Genesis still needs like 4 more
Yeah,
Yeah,
give
I'm
me some
still,
time.
I'm still,
Yeah.
I'm not.
because he has to find.
It's a wonder how is the firstborn.
I will respond in 4 minutes time. Just give me some time. I mean, before that time comes, do we all agree that phobias are real?
Yeah.
I think they are, yeah.
I mean, because me, I've always had the position. I feel like people tend to exaggerate phobia. Like I have a phobia for walking naked. Sorry, that's the second time I'm using naked. I mean,
yes.
Why?
no, but well, you get my point is
Maybe you
people
do have a
just
phobia.
usually
Wait, can you explain that? Like, if someone has a phobia for being, is it being naked or seeing
yes, like they
naked
always
people?
like to stay on with their clothes.
It's cool.
Oh yeah, there's something like that. Have you watched Arrested Development?
Yeah,
Yeah.
We just talked about that yesterday.
Funke,
What did you yesterday? Yeah.
So Tobias Funke actually has that phobia that even if when he's alone, he has to wear like the
Something to-
bomb shorts kind of thing to even shower because he cannot stand being naked.
So the point is,
Maybe
when
just
people-
scared of dicks.
Bro, he has one.
Yeah, but he can't see it. Or he doesn't. Or he doesn't want to see it.
so he doesn't even see.
Like he doesn't see his own. That's what I'm saying. Like it may not be fear of being naked, just like stark naked. It's just that
That's fear
particular
of
part.
seeing.
The
That's
problem
the weirdest
is
thing I've
you
ever
can't. You
heard
cannot
in
be
my life.
naked without seeing. Blockers.
Yes,
Is
but
that a real phobia? Do you think people get scared of literally?
do you know
seeing-
what? Nowadays,
Yeah, I think
I'm
so.
really open. I'm not going to put absolutes because I've heard very ridiculous phobias. Someone has a phobia for drinking water, bro.
You see, this
Like-
is what I'm saying. This is what I'm
It- it
saying. Like
gets-
people exaggerate these things.
So won't it be wrong for us to think they exaggerate it because we are not the ones with it?
Why do you fear
For
drinking
example,
water?
now
What do you stand to
let's
lose
say
in the
Tobias now. Tobias is scared of his molar, like Nosa said now. Like to us, it's ridiculous because even when we're showering, you could be admiring yourself in the mirror or something. It doesn't make sense to you, but that guy is literally traumatized.
Icky admire himself for me.
No, for sure. I
So
do.
those guys
I'm not
that
gonna
stand
lie.
at Kimbo and like,
I'm
Who's
a
the
pretty,
man?
I'm a pretty boy. I mean, I think I am. What do you think?
Let us know if you think he's a pretty boy.
Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Yeah.
Go ahead. Then we'll come back to what I just was about to say. But
Yeah,
go
so
ahead.
I think sometimes because we don't make room for other people's perspective, we might tend to play down whether they are fears or phobias as it is. So the fact that we don't experience it doesn't mean it's not true, or the fact that we can't phantom it. You know.
So sorry, I'm cutting you, right? I didn't say it's not true. What I'm saying
Exaggerate.
is it's exaggerated. So
Explain.
it's somewhat similar to what he said about you being afraid of a glass falling from your hand,
Yeah.
right? Unless I'm wrong, and which is why we have this in place to get educated. Phobia really is something in my head. Really, it might be wrong. Is if you're afraid of this thing, it's not just fear. It's not surface level. Like if something goes wrong, or if that thing comes to pass, there's a chance that something absolutely wrong will happen to you. That's how I picture it. It's like I have a phobia, and we'll get into that soon. Like we'll share what phobias we have. I know my phobia. Anytime I get into that space, or I witness something similar to that thing occurring, I'm uneasy. Like I can't function well for the next few minutes around that moment. I'm just on my toes. Like I cannot relax. I can't rest easy. Now my point is, for every one of the phobias, right, that has been identified on the internet by various people, do they feel that sort of way for them, or they just I don't like it? Is if I have a phobia for it. Is it really something that you can't do with that you cannot? I don't want to use survive, because survive is a big deal, but is it something that really makes you feel that sort of way that I just described, or is it just something you're uncomfortable with and you're like, well, there are a lot of things you're uncomfortable with. Doesn't mean that they are phobias.
Maybe the best way to answer that is if we say, like you mentioned, we're going to get into it now. If we have any particular phobias that affect us, and maybe shed some light to how it actually affects us, like on a day-to-day.
Shed some light on.
What did I say?
What did you say?
You said 2.
Sorry, Mrs. Agbaji.
My 4 minutes has clicked now.
But so I think, because maybe I should just start.
Yeah, start.
So, I have a phobia for electricity.
This guy study electric.
What is
Do you understand?
Like, hold on. It's not
if
okay.
Fisherman is afraid of fish.
Wait.
So how is he?
Wait. Maybe not.
Really
Maybe not electricity as a whole, because that would mean that I shouldn't even be here. All right. But I think to really take it further down the line, I'm afraid of naked wires. Wherever it is, I cannot touch it.
Okay.
Even if I know that it's not even plugged to any power outlet, I know for sure that there's no electricity there, that there's no current flowing through that wire. I won't even like when this happened to me, and like I was back at home, and my dad is like, "No sir, go and screw that socket," or come on. I'll be like, because I have to, so I'll take the screwdriver and I'll be touching. I'll touch it like 4 million times to make sure that I fidget. Because I had a damning experience when I was in 2018. Yeah. Sometime in 2018. So it's not that long ago. I don't think I've always had it. But in 2018, when I was serving NYSC, we used to do what do you call this thing? CCTV installation. That was what they did in the company that I served at. So
where did you serve?
In Lagos.
Okay.
So
you're one of those
premium.
You understand? You didn't really serve. You just walked.
What is my premium coppers?
Let's continue.
Let it be known that if you did not serve in Lagos, you are obviously second hand, as said by Genesis. Moving on. So I used to climb ladders then.
Born you well. Tell me, say you know walk your Lagos service. Is it not Borno State that they actually sent you to?
I'm not gonna lie. I worked it, but it was spiritual work. You didn't see that coming, did you?
Carry on, bro. It's okay.
Anyways, so I used to climb ladder there, which is weird because I mean, take a look at me.
What company were you working for? That you're climbing ladder.
I don't want to expose them.
Olu and Sons Enterprises.
I don't want to expose them, but I like the whole drill. You know, drilling machine. Yeah, I used to do that a lot with my tiny physique. Wow, that's not where the issue was. Fine, I was fine with doing it, but then we went to one man's house to install cameras in his house, and at the same time there were some guys there that were fixing or installing the air conditioning units, right? And then we were doing our own. There's one small fence like this that we're drilling hole. I was not even climbing ladder, just drilling hole, passing the pipe, pushing fishing tape, and fishing the wire. Fish on, pull on, that kind of thing. So, and then towards the end, we had already finished. We're just packing up, and I don't know if you know what a fishing tape looks like.
Yeah, I do.
It's this metal thing that they used to fish wires through pipes, or maybe something else. But that's what we used it for.
That you say, what is define a jumper? You say it's person that jump. I don't know what jump is now. Why they ask?
Okay,
fishing tape is what they used to fish. Explain it now.
Fishing tape is what they used to pull wire. Sorry, we used to pull wire through the pipe, right? So I was packing up, and this one, the insulation of the tape, I've removed. So the tape was bare, like the whole tape, the whole wound of the tape was bare. So as I was winding the tape, right, and then the guys were fixing the AC. You know, the outdoor units.
Yeah.
They had a problem. So one of the outdoor units was, I don't know, what is the English they used to call it? Electricity was on it.
It was conducting.
It was thank you.
power.
Because I was a wonder
4
how I went
minutes
to
is
electric.
up. I told you.
You're on guard, bro.
So it was conducting. I didn't know. I mean, I was still just fishing my tape there. And then I think something happened. I wanted to drop it. Like I finished one, and so I just dropped it on the outdoor unit.
Bro.
As I dropped it, I shit you not. You know when you watch film and they used to blow you to the back. No, not that you will be doing like this. So like he sent me to the wall. Like he flinged me to the wall. He flinged me to the wall. Like I hit the wall. Like on the wall, and I was like, I stood up from there. Like I felt it, but I stood up. But you know the problem? That fishing tape that was wounding, because it threw me away, it scattered. Okay. Some parts of the fishing tape was still touching the AC unit, and it was scattered on the floor. Shit. And I messed up. I was not wearing shoes. Bro. Because the owner of the house did not like people going barefoot and stuff. So inside the house. So we need to go inside the house. So when I came out, I didn't wear shoes again. So I was barefoot, right? And then as I stood up from the first stage of the shocking, the fishing tape that was wound I collected it by stepping on the fishing tape. I think that was the bad one. No. Because when I stepped on it, you know when you used to watch videos that people touch high tension and just that Ethiopian dance. Yeah. That's what happened to me.
No shit.
Because I fell on the tape because the tape was still on the ground.
Oh my goodness.
So I was just like on the floor, like bro. I was pretty. I don't want to say convulsing because nothing was going on, but I was jittering. I was shaking on the floor. I couldn't move, and I was still on the floor. So all the other guys that were there, like, hey man, I'll come, hey, off. So I was literally like this for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. I was just like shaking on the ground, and I don't know what happened because clearly I blanked out, but I could still hear my surroundings. Right. So this is the funny thing happened. As I was shaking, I don't know whether because my thoughts maybe just now. I started hearing, man, I bring milk.
What does milk have to do with this?
I swear that feels like the default solution to everything in Nigeria.
Man, I bring milk. Man, I bring milk. Go buy picnic. I'm out. In my head, I'm like, what? Do you get? And then another guy was not like, hey, blood of Jesus. Yeah. Man, I was shaking in my head. I was like, man, if you don't lift me from this ground, what is all this blood of Jesus you are calling here? Blood of Jesus cannot help me now. I need you to action this thing fast.
Blood of Jesus, I was helping you as you were there.
I'm gonna look you because I felt like at that point,
that feels like an out of body experience.
Yeah,
like your life.
I could have passed on.
Yeah,
at that time.
You're not there listening to mommy and daddy and me. I've never heard this story before, because every time he said he has a fear of electricity, me I just thought it was those
random
touch at the back. You now match the wire or something.
There are sometimes that you touch this thing, just and you move your hand.
Just take your
hand. Not this one was live. Like I was shaking on the floor, so I had to, even after I came to, after I came to myself, like to my senses, and I was able
how long it took you?
For like maybe the next 30 minutes.
Wow.
I was still twitching. Like I'm working on it. My body was still twitching little by. So since then, if I see a live wire, I just remember that same experience, and I can't touch it anymore.
I actually have a question, and this broadens the scope of the discussion. Did that become a phobia, or are you still having PTSD?
Yeah, I thought of that as well. Are you sure you don't have PTSD and not a phobia?
Can't I have both?
So you shout, call everything. You know what I'm asking? Because sometimes phobias, I don't know how phobias are developed. Maybe we should even start there. Are phobias developed from experiences, or are phobias just things we stumble on?
Or they born you with it?
You get?
Yeah, I think that's a very brilliant question, and maybe narrating my own phobia would maybe throw some light on that as well. So I have a phobia. It's very funny. I have a phobia for a cluster of guys together. I'm not even whining you guys. I'm not. It's people. You are invalidating my phobia. This is not right.
This is how you heard it and you just laughed.
Wait,
like, what?
Wait. You said your own. I did not laugh.
Mine is life threatening.
Wait, do you know what's
mine
funny?
is what?
Do you know what's funny? I think it was the one that brought up phobia for dicks, right?
Yeah. But the point is
Because in a gathering of guys,
Right?
it's many bonus.
no. Let me rephrase that, Aki. Let me rephrase that. So my phobia really is.
I'm really recording this.
You guys.
Sorry.
Go on.
Sorry now, sorry.
People may legit have fear of a cluster
I
of
get you,
bolas,
I get you.
legit. But my own is not a cluster of bolas. My own is my own is. So back then, Unilag days now.
Yeah.
And I think this thing started in Unilag, right? You know when you not have sense like that, you know mature. You just be looking for girls up and down, right? And there were somewhere around that Unilag, like my 100 level, 200 level time. I usually used to like go and see my babe, leave her hostel like very late in the night, like 11, 12. And then when I'm walking back that long road, so Unilag students, if you know, what do you call that hostel now that is at the gates? Is it
The academy.
No, the girl one, Kofo or something.
Kofo
Hall or
Queen
something.
Amina Hall.
Queen Amina, one of the. I walk from there all the way back to Jaja. That's like going from Unilag front gate to like almost the end of the school. So I'm walking back, and then cultism, guys that misbehave, show extreme power. I'll be walking and I would block my ear. I'll just be walking fast so that I'll just get to my hostel before they shut the gates. And it turned out that every time I was passing a group of guys, for whatever reason, people will pass in before me. They will not stop them.
It's you that
They will not harass them. Once I pass, it's like they put a line, imaginary line. Once I pass that line, hey you,
Alarm don't
show. Every day, it was bad. So it got to a point that I don't used to test it. Like I don't even want to see if this one will break the pattern, the jinx. I would just literally cross the road. It happened so much that every other time, hey you, show, waiting to there, harass me, disturb me, and it has lived with me. Like it's now so bad that outside of school, I still find it happening. Like I used to stay around Yaba, Coca.
Yeah.
At one point, when I'm passing Yaba, some boys be misbehaving. I'll see people passing. They will not disturb them. I'll just pass. Sure.
within that bag.
Waiting there. Like this thing I'm saying, I used to do it very well. Like I used to have the mannerism. Like if I want to act like them, I could do it perfectly because it had happened to me so many times. So now, anytime I'm walking like on the streets, except I know that this is an area that there is CCTV watching everybody.
Yeah.
Once I see a group of guys, not one, like a group of guys, I feel like they usually have this power that, and me, I like to walk alone. Like, I just like to block my ears and walk alone. So I don't have that power of a colony walking on the road. So once they see me, they will block me. And now, anytime I see them, I cross the road. Like, I'm not even joking. If I just see your appearance of two or more, you know that thing they say in the Bible, when there are two or more gathered,
God not did that one.
Once I see it, I'm literally crossing the road. Until date, I check it sometimes. I've checked it since I've gone to the UK here. I've checked how I behave when I see like two, British folk. When I see them, like, am I unusually observant? And yes, I am. The minute I'm like, I don't admit it to my wife, like in the scenario,
How
like
would you
in that
admit it?
particular
When
instance,
You-
but
you-
she knows I have that fear.
Wait, sorry. So when you and your wife are walking on the road and she expects
she's
you
the
to
one
be your
that's
protector, to be her protector, she's like, Genesis, people are coming.
Our strength is in the Lord God.
Oh, really?
It's not in power. It's not in your hand.
Okay.
Anyways,
Mama.
so that's my phobia. I was going to ask before we get to Iki. Do you know the name of your phobia? Like, does it have a term? Electrophobia?
Alektrophobia.
But
Is that actually a thing?
No, actually, no. I don't know.
I don't know.
I've never really
I
checked.
should probably check mine. I've never checked.
Should be
It should be a
cluster.
fairly.
Show me.
Yeah.
Your own not did there. They've not created it.
I don't want to say I'm sure, but it pretty much sounds like something that's popular. Not exactly popular, but something that people.
No, but his.
Because I know there are people that are scared of like crowded places.
Yeah, but this is different.
But this is different.
It's only guys.
No, if they are guys and girls, I'm okay.
Gay phobia.
If they are, if they are guys and
But there are
girls,
girls that talks as well.
yeah. But if they are a group of girls alone, I'm no. But in fact, I like that one. If they are a group of guys and girls, I'm
Particularly,
fine.
like,
But once I
guys.
see, what I need to check now is if I see a cluster of small children, like small boy children, if I become
Small
uneasy,
kids,
but,
like, oh boy.
but it's
Yeah.
primarily for guys,
That's
and I don't know
interesting.
what. I don't know. It's different from the
Definitely.
claustrophobia or the crowdophobia or those nana. But I'm just saying that's very specific to me. There are other ones I know, like that trypophobia or something. That one, that
Yeah.
cluster of small holes. If I see that one now,
Cluster of small holes.
this
explain
show will end.
Show
I'm
him.
not even playing. This episode
Just
will
show
end.
him, just show
no,
him.
no, I know it's.
that. No,
It's
just
viewers'
explain-
discretion is advised. I promise it's bad.
What's
Okay,
it
I'll
called?
show you
What's it
after.
called?
No, no worry.
Say it again.
What's the name?
It's a trypophobia.
Trypophobia.
The fear of cluster of I think eccentric or concentric circles
Yes.
closely packed together.
Yes.
Like holes. They look like-
it's
they
a
look
known
like
thing.
holes.
Google it when you get home.
Just Google it.
Let me know how you react.
You actually reacted to it.
You're like,
Huh?
if
Are
you
you
look at
playing?
your body, your goosebumps start
See,
coming out.
I will start.
I start
I'm
to
already
react.
doing it. I'm
Even
already
if it happens
feeling
to
some
me.
type of way now.
But I
So
think
let's
that's-
just
I think
move
that's general,
on.
yeah.
Talk
Wow.
about your own phobia.
Man, it's crazy because I never really thought about it.
Which is
But so that's why I was trying to get the perspective from your explanation, Nusa. If phobias, how do we differentiate or how do we draw the line between phobias and PTSD? And of course, the other thing was about how phobias are developed, right? And I'd explain. So when I was little, for some reason, I had a phobia for death.
like no one die.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
you've never lived it now. So how is it a phobia?
So that is why I asked the question of, can we really say, how are phobias developed? Are you born with them? Must you have to go through an experience?
Maybe on is
Be able to-
maybe on is pre-traumatic. Not post.
Spectophobia.
Not post-traumatic.
So-
it's pre-traumatic. You
so-
never see them.
Yeah, pre-traumatic. Like, it was crazy because I didn't understand why. I just did not appreciate the concept of death.
Do you appreciate it now?
To a great extent, I do.
Hmm.
Yeah, and the reason was not because people were dying around me or whatnot. I think it was just the thought that I just have some time to live, like on this earth, get to 100 or whenever, and then you would have to leave.
100.
Like, I love to eat beans. Like, do you realize that the time that I have to eat beans in this life is counting
It's
down?
counting down.
Like, have you ever sat down to think about it? No, so you just had toast. Do you realize at some point it's like unripe plantain? You're going to be eating. Also, like,
That's
I
true,
don't know, maybe I was
actually.
thinking too much.
Yeah, sure.
But I'll give you one very definitive experience that happened to me, yeah? So this one night, I'm in my mom's room, and I was asleep. And it was so ingrained in my consciousness, I woke up and I began to cry.
Sorry, how old were you?
Don't lie, you.
Don't lie, you.
24.
No, honestly, no,
24. I think you won't lie.
No, honestly,
24.
Honestly, I would say I was about 7.
Okay.
I would say I was about 7, and I was just crying. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. This is the middle of the night. And then my mom woke up. She turned on the lights and she's trying to calm me down. And I'm like, I'm just wailing. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Because, like,
Okay, sure. This
But
one
it was
is
deep.
Spiritual something.
no. There was nobody pursuing me. I didn't have
Now,
a dream
spiritual
of...
wife.
Bro, I was 7, bro.
Okay.
My balls are dropped. Yeah.
The wife is a spiritual pedophilia wife. He like younger boys. Yes.
So that was one. Second one was, I think this one was PTSD. It was Okada. I did fly Okada anyhow.
Normal level.
Anyhow, anywhere. If you're in Lagos, you know them bikes are lifesavers everywhere. But it was 30th December. This was 2017? No, 2016. And I'm in Berga. And I'm trying to go see my aunt because we needed to go to service it the next day together. And then the bike guy that I was on was fighting with another bike guy who had a passenger. Bro, face front and keep riding. He's like, no, leave me, make her fuck him up. This one. And the other one was like, I go show you. I'm like, bro, talk to your dude. Like, I was talking to the passenger, talk to your guy. My bike rider literally brought out his leg and tried to kick the bike for the bike to fall over. This was in the middle of like a main road. And then that guy like pressed it, put on his brakes, and then went back a little bit and tailed our bike. Bro, I kid you not. The bike lost control and he was going left and right. The guy was trying to get his, what's it called? There's this car wash on the other side of the road, and there's this curvette covering, like before you hit the gutter, it was a bit elevated, right? So he hits that. And you know, as the person riding the bike, he just got to move a bit further and fell with the bike on top of him. But I was behind. So the impact of the bike on the curb literally threw me off from the back. I literally was hearing R. Kelly. I believe I can fly.
I'm not gonna lie, the image that was in my head when you say I don't know why it came up, but I just pictured you as Power Ranger. I don't know. I really don't know why, but
Power Ranger,
it just
really,
looked like
not Superman,
that
Power Ranger, bro.
That's
Really.
what I'm not even joking too.
And then I fell, and it was crazy because I hit my knees. I went knees first with my knuckles and everything. I had my tab with me, so I didn't want that to break. So that's why I hit my knuckles, and it was crazy. I felt numb. I felt like I was going, like my knees were gone, like I was freezing out. Did you get? And then from that day, guess what? I still entered Okada.
That's Igboru.
You understand? Because you can't really help it.
Yeah, be a man.
But every time I was in Okada,
You
I was having like out of body experiences. Like when I get the flashes, I just relieve that. That is pretty much PTSD. But from there, I began to develop a phobia for bikes at all. I don't like anyone entering bikes. I can pay top dollar for you to get a taxi instead of to enter a bike. I can stay in a cab even though there's traffic not to get to.
I'm sure a lot of people have this Okada phobia, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I feel like you can't afford to have an Okada phobia in Nigeria.
Another thing then happened to empower that. I was on Third Mainland Bridge, right? Sometime around 2017 thereabout. And then, you know, I was in a car, there was a driver, it was an Uber. And then it was moving. You know all those ones that is moving, but it's not moving fast and all that. And then there was this rider, I think it was a dispatch rider. He just blew past us. Boom! Next thing I also heard is
Bad goes.
This sound effect very very
bro. By the time we got there, the guy had literally the guy was gone.
Gone to where?
Gone too soon.
Viewers' discretion advised. Hearers' discretion advised. I saw his brains on the floor, bruh. Like literally, so he was trying to swerve off a car, and then an oncoming car just banged him, moved him as the car that hits him hit him across another car. Yeah. That car hit him across the what's it called? You know that Third Mainland Bridge, the side of the thingy. Guy, brain splattered. Guess what? He was wearing a helmet. Helmet broken to pieces, brain, everything, and all that. So that is a phobia. I can't see Okada and be like, yo, I want to jump on that anymore. So that is one that was developed through an experience. So I gave you two. One that I felt like came from pretty much nowhere, and then one that was derivative of an actual experience. So at what point, I ask again, do we draw the line between phobia and PTSD?
I think it's blurry, and I'm going to ask the viewers if you are very, if you be therapist, if you do that kind of work, and you know the difference between PTSD and phobias, please let us know. Drop a comment. We could try to take another shot at this to maybe demystify PTSD versus phobias, but Really interesting.
What do you think is the most popular phobia?
Most popular? I think it's claustrophobia.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think
so.
it's the fear of heights. People say that thing anyhow.
Well, that too. Do you have a fear of heights?
I used to lie that I don't have. I lie. I have like I don't.
If they
So
give you that VR
how
thing,
is your own? Does your own include like being in a plane or something, or just being able to see?
I don't have. So there's a feeling I get when I used to stand my ground, OG, but I'm
did.
literally under me, like
You're
inside my
dying
mind,
inside.
I'm having this fear. I don't want you to know because I'm trying to do OG. It's like when I'm playing like those VR experience or when you're in those games that they'll make you fall. I will act like I'm not scared, but I'm feeling my heart, I'm feeling my body behave funny. Do you
know
get?
that.
Sometimes I'm like high up a balcony, I'm using my phone.
And then like,
As I put my hand
just
out,
finish
I'm
it.
like, oh more. I'm feeling, I'm having that, but I always try to suppress it.
So that also begs a question, which is, you were saying in the beginning that if you feel the type of way you feel about your phobia for people who are around, like that mind crippling fear, like do others feel that? So are we going to also talk about the gravity to which the fear gets to grip you, like that phobia? Let me not say use fear, talking phobia, like the gravity of the phobia. So can we say some of our phobias are stronger than others?
like there's levels to this thing.
Yeah.
There's levels. Do you get? So
Yeah,
the
like-
fact that it's a lesser level doesn't mean it's not a phobia. Doesn't mean it's still a phobia, but just
Yeah, there's seniority, like I senior you in my
Ah,
phobia.
I see you.
Like, my phobia is deeper than
because
your
I
own.
kind of think I have a little claustrophobia somewhere.
What's the distance in meter?
I really don't know, but I don't know about you. But have you been trapped in an elevator before?
No, I don't think so. No,
I don't think I'll
I
be
don't
worried,
think there's any
dude.
big.
I feel like if I trapped,
trapped world,
I would take so many pictures.
You take pictures.
there's
yeah?
no light, bro. Are you joking?
Oh,
Oh, I
Light
forget.
is off. Like some of the, some elevators have like AC or like air vents, like that
yeah.
would actually blow. You won't know until you're trapped in one without electricity. Because then at first I was like, they'll soon bring light and everything, bro. It's like 5 minutes gone. It's like 7 minutes gone. I'm realizing that the air around me is reducing,
getting thinner.
like, and I'm like, wait, what is going on? And then I try to do Superman, and then try to open
Film, John Wick.
and now I opened small, and I saw that I was actually
In the
between
middle.
walls. That's when shit got real.
Omo.
Again, yeah, I'll
At that point,
I'll freak out.
Yeah.
Definitely. That is valid.
So that's when I'm like, yeah, maybe there's a little in everybody somehow. That's why I asked which is actually the most popular, but the one of height seems.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
This may be a little bit out of pocket, but the question has just been in my mind for some weird ass reason.
That's fine.
That your third Milan Bridge experience
Yeah.
with the rider, the person that buy the product, did he get his goods?
Wow, no sir.
This guy. I can't believe we took some seconds.
No, sir,
we
really?
donated in some seconds.
Actually, everyone was pretty silent.
we
And he was really serious. Going
Yes.
like, wait, that I really have a question.
I'm sorry. It was just.
come on.
it was
Too
right
Who will
there.
now deliver it?
I don't.
It's pretty late at night. It was like 10 p.m. That product was.
So how was the customer feel? Would the
How did
customer
you
have
feel?
been feeling now? Like
Be angry.
The customer would have been mad. I didn't get
Para.
my
Called
thing. He
Jumia.
probably called the delivery.
Called the delivery guy.
people and every. But let me ask you. That's actually an interesting question. What if you ordered your PS5? Is that what, £700?
I don't want to hear anything.
And then, this is Nigeria, not UK, where sharply they can
No
do
vessel.
insurance for you right, and everything. And
Give me back my game.
the thing was, thank you. So the thing was in transit. The guys already called you. I'm on 3rd Milan Bridge. I'm coming to do this delivery. It's £700. How much in naira? It's like what, 650,
like
600
650k.
Okay, and then they tell you they've been trying to reach the rider. The rider is not coming. And then day 1, day 2, and then you're like, and they tell you the rider died, that the PS5 scattered.
Oh.
I would let you. I'm not even joking.
You
I
let
will
it slide.
offer 1 minute silence on the call. After that, bro, where my
So what are we going to do now?
Like,
So what's the way
it's
going
not,
forward?
it's not because I'm not being sensitive, but that's just it. Like,
Like waiting concern.
yeah, like I'm very sorry.
I like
How are
my
we
condolences.
My condolences.
You didn't have insurance in it.
Not yet. Insurance
It
starts
doesn't-
counting when you get
exactly.
it now, doesn't
No,
it?
you didn't even get insurance at all.
Oh, you didn't buy it at all.
And so
Okay,
my own is I've not gotten value until it's in my hand.
Exactly.
When I pay for something, the value of that thing is when I receive it. Anything that happens afterwards. If I was holding the PS5, I want trailer run at 2 of us and the dispatch guy,
that's
you
a whole
can't.
different-
I can understand.
That's it though. Are you sure? Are you sure the insurance doesn't start when it has been purchased on its own?
No, that one, I don't
It's
know.
when you receive it.
That's maybe
No,
the
but
insurance company.
that has to be incurred by the
seller.
Seller, not me.
Seller incurs those
Not gonna
damages, not
agree.
me. Yeah,
Quick
sure.
one, AK. I'm going to put you on the spot. So I'll run through 5 different phobias. It's just a quick game
Okay.
to test your knowledge of phobias, right?
It's terrible though. But
If we'll just run through 5. If
Can
you're
I-
able to get
Can I
3,
play?
you can't play.
Sorry.
Unfortunately.
okay.
If you
For me,
get 3 out of 5, you don't get anything, but you're a star boy for the day. So, okay, so it's a simple one. I'll go through the name of the phobia, maybe tell you what it is, true or false. You tell me if it's valid or
okay.
invalid.
That makes sense.
Okay. Alektrophobia.
Okay.
It is the fear of chickens or hens. Is
True.
that true or false?
True.
True.
I see you are reading it.
1 point. Is it me that will know
I got
before?
it, yeah?
Yeah, you got it correct.
Not so bad.
Why is it called electro though? What does electro mean?
don't know.
I felt like, phobia, the names they give to phobias is something that is related to what you're actually afraid of, right?
So fear of planes should be planophobia.
Maybe aviophobia or
Not
something.
necessarily.
Unless maybe electro is actually a word that has to do with chicks,
Something
close
close
to chickens, or maybe I don't know.
Okay, so the next one is. Let me make it difficult.
Do I win the prize though?
Starboy.
Presidential
Price.
handshake.
Presidential handshake. Emetophobia. It is the fear of vomiting. True or false?
Wrong, false.
It is true, my brother.
Emeto.
MFLA.
That sounds like a
MLFL.
name from Delta State or something like that.
So AK has got 1 out of 2
You
years.
serious?
Yeah, emetophobia is the fear of
Yeah,
vomiting.
I think
Invalid.
I know why. Because again, this is not backed by. I can't remember. I think there's another word for vomit. It's called emesis.
MSs.
Yeah. Google, shall we Google it?
We'll check it. Fact checking
Just
process.
shall we Google? I think emesis means vomit.
Bad guy. He knew
Impressive,
it. He knew it.
impressive. He knew it. He was funny.
No, I wasn't sure because I heard it in Big Bang Theory. They said, but I can't remember the context in which they said it.
Okay.
So emesis, I don't even know if emesis is the name of the vomit, or is the act
Process.
giving, or the process,
It's
or if it's a
the
verb.
action or process of vomiting.
So
Impressive.
Google school.
Let's
no,
quickly
yeah.
run through the remaining ones. Phobia is the fear of lies. True or false?
False.
That's
It's
the-
very false. Like, it
That's the
feels pretty
liaphobia about-
obvious.
It's true.
Liaphobia.
Yes.
Like, who was the lazy person that named
Like
that?
that was really lazy. No, like come on. No. That is very lazy.
Lazy.
Like, I mean, we're just
I-
talking of planophobia.
Exactly,
there's
right?
definitely
They can't
not-
be-
Oh, yeah. Sorry. It's correct. It's not.
Yes, now
It's
because
false,
like,
it's
come on,
false,
it's
it's
false. It
Why
has to
did
be
that-
like,
why did
So we've
It
gone.
can't be that-
We've
yeah.
gone through 3. You've gotten 2. So if you get 1, you win our prize. Let me look for a better one. Yes.
Why? Go through the list.
Decidophobia. It is the fear of making decisions. True or false?
It's false, bro. Don't.
Bruh, it's true guy. It's true
The way
like
you were shining
it's
eye
true,
for me,
it's
like,
true
it
like
was
the
like-
sky is blue.
Are you serious?
Decidophobia, the fear of making decisions. Yes, so you've got into out
Guy,
of
why
4.
were you now shining eye for me now?
No,
Wanna show you off your
I
game.
I was
Trying to do
channeling my
Frankie
inner
Do.
Frankie Do. You get it,
Nice.
Last one. Last one for this is spectrophobia. It is the fear of mirrors.
Oh, Justin Timberlake.
It's like
Don't sing.
let me know.
Don't sing,
misbehave
please.
again.
Spectrophobia.
You don't know it. I don't know why you're calling it again. Just
No, so but you know how when they're doing
Spectrophobia,
spelling, you know how
not
when they're
spectro.
doing spelling bee, sometimes you can't actually know the spelling, but you can infer. Do I get to ask questions?
no, true or false. Simple.
Spectrophobia. It sounds true. That's not the answer yet. That's not my answer yet. It sounds true. It sounds believable. Spectrophobia.
You know that gift here is just a handshake, right?
Yeah, but like,
Okay. Just
I
saying.
don't like to lose. So,
Sorry, you have lusophobia.
but I'm not a Chelsea fan. You guys are used to it by now. See those ass, the look on this ass face.
10 more seconds. 9, 8,
50,
7,
Phone a friend.
6, 5, 4,
Ask the audience.
3, 2, 1.
False.
Final answer.
Final answer.
It is true, my brother.
I knew it.
Spectophobia is the fear of
I should have
mirrors.
stuck my guts.
Please let us know if you have any of these phobias.
should have
Like,
stuck my
I'm not
guts.
even joking. If you have this
Yeah,
kind of fear
that's-
of mirror,
that's crazy.
how are you not?
Like, how
How,
would
are you practicing vanity?
How do you know
How are you
you-
doing fine boy?
How do you know what you look
How are you
like?
doing fine gay?
How do you know what you look
So,
like?
but that's a very interesting phobia. So, literally, the world is full of glass. So that means they can't walk down the streets because they would see themselves or their reflection on two-way like
No.
glasses.
My
Do you
own
get?
street, no, I'm
So are they just going to be
Not true.
running around the whole?
Our street for that means no get me wrong.
Which
my
way?
streets don't have which
Which
glass,
streets?
this
Which
mirror.
streets? Why now? Who said your
Okay,
door?
yeah, actually. Cool.
Oh well,
Your
true.
door co-op.
Oh, true.
Yeah, it's literally everywhere. I mean, even if it's not a mirror, you can see your reflective.
A reflective-
No, but that's a
so-
different phobia. That would be fear of
So why
reflecting
exactly-
or fear of your reflection, not fear of mirrors.
Like dog when they see they can
That is, when they see that they start to do that's fear of your own
really?
reflection. It may be different
the
from fear of mirrors.
So what is in the mirror that you're scared of? If not that, it's
That
your
shiny
image that's
surface.
coming to you.
That shiny
maybe
surface.
they don't
Shiny,
like
shiny
shine.
surface.
Maybe when you look at it, it gives you matrix this thing that if you touch it like this,
Yes.
it will come your body.
Please, if you have
Infinity.
spectrophobia, kindly explain your process to us. We would love to
I think there is one phobia that we need to touch on.
Yeah.
It's a very controversial one.
Yep.
Very hugely
I
controversial.
didn't start it to
Homophobia.
homophobia.
And this is why I think we should touch on it, because by the mere definition of what phobia is, homophobia will be the fear of, the fear of people of
Same
what's
sex,
the English?
Same sex.
Yeah, same sex. I don't know. The fear of gays or the
Of
fear
homo-
of lesbians
of-
or
fear of
homosexuals. Yeah, that's the word I was looking
exactly,
for. The
yeah.
fear of homosexuals, right? That would be the word. But I think in this day and age, it's been kind of misconstrued. Like homophobia now means
Maybe hate.
hatred,
Yeah, so it's hate. So
right?
So that's why I told you there are no principles to the English language.
Oh, boy.
So it's being called homophobia doesn't mean it is the fear of it. It could just be the word that depicts.
No, but I'm sure if we Google it, homophobia would mean the fear of homosexuals.
Then that means it's loosely used in conversations. Also.
Yeah, we use it wrongly.
That's what I'm saying.
That-
Yeah,
that
that's
is-
that's my
we-
point. Like,
people have been
you'll be using it wrongly. Like when they say you are
That's
homophobic,
more difficult for me to believe than to believe that it's actually a
See,
fear.
my question here is going by the PTSD past experience being driving your phobia. Does that mean that homophobia people have correct? See,
But you know we
collect
said
bola.
that too. You can either have a derivative or it's just
Yeah.
something you don't agree with.
Yeah.
do you think people that are born, like you just born, do you think you would have a fear of homosexuals? Because if you are born into it, I mean, for the whole homosexual thing, if you are born into, you see homosexuals homosexuals on a daily basis, it will feel like normalcy to you.
So that means there's no such thing as being born with something. It's based on the experiences that curated your coming to knowing.
I'm on the side of I believe that there would be some genetic some biological factors affecting phobias. I feel like
Do you think Daddy was afraid of men in the
Biological.
bush?
Explain.
I don't know. I feel
Like,
like
your parents have a phobia and then you collect it.
like maybe not.
Like
Yeah,
being passed down.
maybe that's one way to explain it. Or
I
for
don't-
maybe you if your body consumes, like you react to something, so your biological maybe you have an hormone that's secreted once you experience this thing, and obviously makes you act in that sort of way that you don't want, and instantly serves as a phobia for you. You don't want to have to experience that again, but that is driven by the fact that your body is not accepting that thing.
That thing.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Part of it may be biological, like yeah, and maybe this homophobic conversation or homophobia conversation will still come back again. Shout out to this special friend. If she's listening, she will know this. She has a popular saying for you cannot know what you like or don't like without trying it first. So,
I don't agree with that.
disagree.
I don't agree with that.
I
so for
disagree,
most,
bro.
like
I don't agree with that.
for most,
What was
I
her
hope I've
premise?
quoted her correctly,
What was her
but she
premise
usually
for that?
says like, for some of us who don't, and in some cases it applies to me. Like I know that there's some things I don't do now because I feel like once I get it done or more,
That's
there's
it.
no going back. So So, and that no going back is not because I don't like it. It's because I like it too much. Do you get where it's coming
You
from?
feel like if you start it, you would
Once
like
I
it.
start
Just
it,
like
it will be
it,
too
yeah.
sugary. I will not want to let it go. And so that's what she maintains most of the time.
The reason I would disagree with it is
I mean, it's
have
not
a
the
clear-cut
subject of this
disparity.
conversation. We can come back to it on that. I just
Yeah,
wanted to
sure.
quickly put that out that on this homophobia thing, everybody's for me. Oh,
So in
I'm
other
afraid
words,
there
in
has
other
to
words,
be
she's,
an
what she's
underlying-
saying is that I'm going to put it to you straight.
What you were talking
If you
about.
collect,
would
you will-
know-
you will like
you will
it.
know if
Exactly.
You will know if you
and
will-
just maybe you may not now be homophobic, is what she tries to say. But
Who wants to
again,
test?
Unpopular opinion. A very unpopular opinion. I don't like catfish.
Why? Well,
Thank you very much. I had never tried catfish before.
because this
I don't even know what it is.
it's too slimy.
It pisses me off. Someone said it tastes like meat, and I'm like, wait, how? Why are you a fish
I
called
tastes like
cat and tastes like meat? What is wrong with
Pick
you?
a
Stay
name.
one place,
Yes,
for
like-
God's sakes.
Make up
Right?
your mind, Abby.
So, Julia, just make up your mind, for example, for God's sakes. You have whiskers. Like, are you a joke? Are we all joking here? Yeah? Can't you just be a fish like your
like your guys.
contemporaries?
Yeah, Abby, your fellow people.
So I had never tried it, but it was just not it for me for a very long time. And I knew I was not going to try it. I knew I was not going to like it. I got forced to try it at some point. And I did. And I still hated it.
Like,
Maybe it's just-
where you tried it.
No.
You tried it in
No,
Farm,
no, no, no.
Farm City.
It was Farm City. I did try it in Farm City. Like,
There is no
the
hope
actual
again for your catfish.
Bro, the actual, I mean, it had to be that good, right? And it's funny because everyone in my family loves catfish. They eat catfish with everything, literally. So I don't know where that came from, but I did try. I tried it in Farm City, bro. That grilled one that is looking like I should have bought my croaker. It's the person, so they said I should try it from their own, and I took it, and I'm like,
Maybe
not giving.
maybe it's just beef.
no, it can't be beef.
Get it?
I see what you did there. Though, right? I see what you
We
did
need to
there.
wrap up this segment. We need to. So, usually, like, we would run through one or two songs that we think making really good, that we think is really good, but it's not really, getting as much airwave on the radio, or people don't get to know about it. So if this is why you joined the show, we promise we'll keep trying to deliver those kind of songs to you from time to time. Thank you guys for watching. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please
Like.
Subscribe.
comment and share.
Also, don't forget to follow us on all the various social media platforms at Not Heard Enough. That is NOT Heard Enough at all our social media platforms. I'm somewhere here. Thank you.
Where?
Thanks, guys.
Peace,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.